Hey, it's James here from GoodGuitarist.com, and today we're going to learn an easy way to play Faith by George Michael. And this is actually one of the easier strumming songs on the chord side of things, but the strumming is, it's not like difficult, it's a little bit next level from like the basic strumming patterns. Let's just take a quick look at what we'll be learning today.
If I could touch your body, I know not everybody has got a body like you, but I gotta think twice before I give my heart away. And I know all the games you play because I play them too. Oh, but I need some time from that emotion. Time to pick my heart up off the floor. Oh, and that love comes down without devotion. It takes a strong man, baby, but I'm showing you the door. 'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. 'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have.
So this song has three parts: a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus. Now the chorus is just the G chord. And I actually want to start there because really this song is all about that strumming pattern. And I want to begin with that so we can really focus on it. If you need help with any of the chord shapes or any of that stuff, I do have a free ebook. Helps you with the rhythm too. I'm going to put a link to that down below if you have not grabbed your copy yet. It's completely free and it'll help you out with all the fundamentals of chords and strumming. Anyways, we have our G chord and our strumming pattern goes like this. The most important thing about it is breaking it down properly. When I write it out here, you can see it's down, up, down. And I'm missing the strings a lot. Down, I wave my arm a couple times, and then up a couple more times, and then a downstroke. And an easy way to get this is to break it down into 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Mentally, that's what I'm feeling. And this is one of those kind of next level rhythms after the basic stuff. I'll mute my strings and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So make contact whenever I say the number 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And my arm's always going down and up. It's a bit tricky to get used to that at first, but that's what's going to make the difference. If you just try to memorize this as a series of down and up strokes, attaching the rhythm to it eventually, it's not going to feel as tight. And if you want another example of a song that does this exact same thing, Linger by the Cranberries. That's just a 4-chord wonder. Same 4 chords over and over. Very similar strumming pattern, if not the exact same one. But it does that same counting trick, which I think is an invaluable tool when it comes to getting your strumming to lock in. So I want you to do that a bunch, just going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. My arm's just going down and up the whole time, rather than 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, which is great too. You should also maybe work on that a little bit, but the first way is definitely the path to success. And that is the first half of our strumming pattern. Now the second half, we're going to break the second half down into 2 bits. First, we're going miss, up, down, 3, 4. Miss, up, down, 3, 4. So I'm missing on beat 1, and then I play up, down on and 2. And then I'm just counting 3, 4 out loud as I keep my arm moving, just so I can stay rhythmic. Miss, up, down, 3, 4. Do that a whole bunch. And then finally, our last component is just down, down, up. That's like a pretty basic one. Down, down, up. And I would count 1, 2, down, down, up. 1, 2, down, down, up. And that's where we start, breaking our strumming pattern down into those 3 different bits that we can practice individually. And now we're going to glue it together. I would first put together the second half, going miss, up, down, 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 up. Miss, up, down, 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 up. Over and over again till it feels pretty good, pretty comfortable. That alone is a bit of a tricky strumming pattern. And now we're going to add that beginning part where we're counting a little bit differently. And notice I'm saying a lot of this stuff out loud. That's definitely for your benefit. But as you practice this, you should probably say it out loud too, because you're going to be able to kind of direct your arm and tell your arm what to do. Going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, miss, up, down, 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 up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, miss, up, down, 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 up. And I know that's a lot, but if you write it down and read it off of a piece of paper, kind of like what I have written up here, just copy that down, work on that. That's going to get you so much further, and just taking the time to go through the motions. And eventually you can start to feel it once you've worked your way past the initial phases of building up that muscle memory, and you can miss, up, down, down, faith, faith, faith. That's where that first part comes from, is from the actual rhythm in the song, right? You gotta have faith, 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 miss, up, down, 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 up. That might be a better way to vocalize it for you if it helps you feel the song better. Whatever works for you. I've given you a bunch of options. It's just really important to vocalize, to take the time, make sure your arm's always moving down on the numbers, up on the ands, and that you're counting in whatever way works for you. And then we can add this to our chorus, which, remember, is just the G chord. So we do this strumming pattern 4 times on a G chord. That's the entire chorus. I'm going to set my metronome to 104 beats per minute, much slower than the recording. 1, 2, 3, 4. Faith, 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 miss, up, down, down, down. Cool. So in my opinion, tackling that strumming pattern is definitely 99% of the work. Now we just have to add some chords, and this song is just a bunch of basic open chords. There's not even too many of them. Let's start at the beginning with the verse. I'm just going to write it out here. G, G, C, G, and then we do that all again. That's the entire verse. So we're going to have to practice switching from G to C. You can play them the way I am, with my middle finger on the 3rd fret of the thickest string for G. And then when you do it this way, take a look at my hand. I have to twist my hand so that my ring finger can reach the 3rd fret of the A string for the C chord. You could also play G in a quicker way, just putting your ring finger on the 3rd fret of the thickest string, your pinky on the 3rd fret of the thinnest string. That's a really simple switch. Either way, you'll want to work through those switches. If you're still at that point, like I said, I have that free ebook. There's a link down below. It will help you with all the switches. There's a bunch of free videos that go with it. They're designed to train up your muscle memory. Anyways, let's just play our verse. Once again, metronome is at, I think I said 104. Let's try this out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Cool, so not much more than the chorus, just adding a C chord. Now we're going to take a look at the pre-chorus, and here there are a couple things that, raise the difficulty just one slight notch. I'm going to write out the chords here. Starts off going between C and G a couple times, pretty straightforward. And then we're going to go from G to E minor, and we're actually going to switch between those chords during our strumming pattern like this. So I'm doing the first 2 strokes, down, up, and then I switch to E minor for this downstroke on beat 4. And, we can just work out the muscle memory the same way we did with our strumming pattern, but now adding a switch to it, going 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, switch, and then playing E minor. So I'm switching on 3 as I count out loud. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, switch, down. And then I continue my strumming pattern like I was before. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, switch, down. You know, take your time with that. You might be able to just feel it out. You might have to break it down. It depends. Either way, continuing on, we have an A minor chord, and then we're going to play D. And here we're just going to play the first half of our strumming pattern. We're going to go down, up, down, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm stopping the strings on the second half of our strumming pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we can begin our chorus. So there's a few things going on there. I'm just going to play through the whole thing so you can see it all in context. You can always just watch this, rewind, try it with me after. 1, 2, 3, 4. And those 3 parts, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, those are the only 3 parts in this tune. But there are a couple other things that we need to mention. The song begins with an intro, which is just playing our G chord with the strumming pattern 2 times. That's pretty straightforward. There's a guitar solo later on in the song, and during that part, we just play the chords to the verse, and that backs up the solo. And then the final pre-chorus, right before the last chorus, when we play our D chord, we go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we stop the strings as usual, and then we count out 2 more measures. So we count to 4 2 more times to add more rest, just like on the recording. You can always listen to the recording, and then see what's going on there. That's the ultimate reference, and that's where I'm coming from too. In this version, this is an easy version, but I still reference the same recording. Now, at the end of the song, when we play our chorus, we play our G chord with our strumming pattern 3 times. But the final time, we just go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like with our D chord during the pre-chorus. That's how we end the song, just doing the first half of the pattern and then stopping the strings. Kind of ends abruptly, which I like. A lot of songs fade out, and it's like, how do you teach people to fade out? You don't. This one ends abruptly, has a nice, good ending. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this song. At this point, I recommend printing off the lyrics and then going through this lesson again and even writing down the chords beside the lyrics. That's better than kind of printing off the chords and lyrics things, because first of all, they're usually wrong online. They don't show you each chord the right number of times. I've made a big point of showing you that in this lesson. You write them down, work on the strumming, piece the whole song together. If you want to play through the entire song with me, that is available for members of my website. I'm going to put a link down below for that if you're interested in checking that out. You also get access to my courses, my community, a bunch of awesome stuff that's going to help kind of supercharge your guitar journey, whether you're just getting started or if you want to hit that next level. I have a ton of resources to make it happen for you. So I'll put links down below for all that. And if you enjoy learning guitar with me, if you could take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like the video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. Have a fun time practicing, and I'll see you soon. George Michael. Meanwhile, George Michael was back at the banana stand.